You're a princess, right?
Something like that.
Diana, explain yourself.
His arrival is a sign. Man's world needs our help, Mother.
Are you truly willing to throw away everything you are for the mere chance of helping them?
Hi guys, let's do this. Alright, let's start with my highs. Michael Dorn's in this movie. Worf from Star Trek. But he's not in the movie for long. Don't blink and you'll miss it type of thing. And he doesn't really do that much, tell you the truth, in the movie. He's just kind of there. My other high would be the portraying of Wonder Woman's powers in the movie, and her strength. A lot of times, I find the powers aren't portrayed right. And I understand why, because when you're making a movie with a Green Lantern or Superman, you have to make roadblocks, because you can't have a situation where they go in and are like, okay, done. But in this movie, when Wonder Woman comes across a person with a gun, or like a man-made like weapon, like a bazooka. There's no bazookas, but guns. When she comes across people with guns, it's usually one shot, and that's it, which is good. I like that. If you don't have a proper response to Wonder Woman in this movie, you're going down. And like I said, I like that. I like the portraying of her powers in this movie. My other high would be the small tweak that they gave to, I was going to say Wonder Woman's origin story, but it would technically be any Amazon that left Themyscira. If you leave that island for any more than a day, you automatically forget where the island is. So I found that was kind of neat, and different. Also, the animation, before you guys start typing, I'm not mentioning the animation. I quite enjoyed the animation. It's par for the course, right? In DC, these DC animated movies, they just know how to. They've just been doing this for so long, right? They know how to animate movies, and in this movie, it's no different. Quite enjoyed the animation, but that's it. That is it. So, let's go to my lows. And this is going to be my main lows. I have a lot of other lows, but this is going to be my main low. And all the lows, small lows, kind of come right back around to this main low. Alright, so this movie is called Wonder Woman Bloodlines. Okay? What does that suggest? And what does that tell you? Well, that tells me that they're going to do something different and bold, and they're going to do cool stuff with Wonder Woman, with her origin story, right? It's called Bloodlines, right? You don't call this sort of Wonder Woman movie Wonder Woman Bloodlines if you're not going to take chances, right? Because there was a movie in 2009, Wonder Woman animated movie, and I quite enjoyed that movie because it took chances, right? It had Steve Trevor starting off as a pig, making sexual jokes. Hey, in the movie, he tried to get Diana drunk, right? So if that movie took chances, and that was just called Wonder Woman, I'm like, oh my god, Wonder Woman Bloodlines is telling me that they're gonna try something different. They're gonna do something cool. They're gonna do something unique with this movie. Because you don't call a Wonder Woman animated movie Bloodlines. Like I said, if you're not gonna think about trying to do something different. Caveman, did they? No. This movie is paint by numbers, safe. This movie was so safe. It was so safe. I was questioning why this movie had to be made. Why did we have to tell this story? Yes, Diana had disagreements with her mother. They fought because Diana wanted to take Steve Trevor back to the man's world and start trying to make a difference. And they actually fought. But they always fight. That's not new. That's not different. They always fight in the beginning. They always fight. That's not, like I said, that's not new. That's not different. That's not trying to break the mold. Because guess what? Every instance of the Wonder Woman origin story has them fighting. Either against each other. But her mother's like, I don't agree with you. Don't go. That type of thing. That's not new. That's not different. And when this movie, and everybody's on YouTube's like, oh my god, this is so new. That's not new. They always fight. They always fight. Yes, they fought each other and like a sword. And it was, listen, I didn't like it. I just was confused. Because they always fight. They always fight. That fight scene when they were drawing their swords and they were going up against each other. No matter how you slice it in her origin story, they always fight. They always fight. They always disagree with each other in the beginning. Now that fight scene, like I said, was interesting, but that wasn't different enough. That wasn't different enough because, like I said, they always fight. Steve Trevor and Diana, okay, their relationship was much more clear in the 2009 animated movie, okay? In this movie, guess how many times it was referenced? Once. The caveman. Wonder Woman saved Steve Trevor a bunch of times in the movie. So? And your point? So there's a scene on the jet. Don't blink, you'll miss it. When they're talking to each other, and Wonder Woman's wondering, referencing why he doesn't come with her to do missions because this happens when she is in the Justice League. This movie happens when she's in the JLA. And Steve Trevor's like, oh, I don't want to, three's a crowd. You're always with Superman. You're always with some kind of, I think she mentioned Superman. She definitely mentioned Superman. I don't know if she mentioned any other superheroes, but I don't know if he mentioned any other superheroes, but they definitely mentioned Superman. And she's like, well, I'm not with him now. And that's it. Okay, that's it. I'll ask this question again and again. Why did this movie have to be made if you're going to be this safe with the movie? Okay, why did this movie have to be called Wonder Woman Bloodlines? Okay? I'll ask this over and over again. If this movie is this safe, why did this movie have to come out? Why did this story have to be told? There's a movie called Wonder Woman. It was an animated movie. The live action movie is pretty good, but the animated movie is pretty good too. That took in 2009. That took more risk than this movie ever did. So that's my main low. My main low is this movie is way too safe. So my other low would be the dialogue. Going back to my main low, this movie is way too safe. The dialogue's way too safe. It's just way too safe. The plot, the same thing with the plot. The plot is way too safe. Yeah, you get Cheetah, you get Giganta, you get these super villains that, from the comic books. But, so? I mean, if dialogue and your plot's this safe, then I don't care because I'm not emotionally invested in the character because I know at the end of the day you're not going to do anything risky with the character. Yeah, Giganta, Cheetah, they were callbacks to comic books. I'm like, hey, Giganta, Cheetah, so I didn't care at all because like I said, if you're gonna be this safe, why are you expect me to be this emotionally attached to your movie if this movie is gonna be this safe? Because they hop in, I believe second half Giganta, third act was Cheetah. So at that point I knew where the story was going and I didn't care. Like I said, dialogue, way too safe. Plot, way too safe. The 2009 movie had a more interesting plot. And again, why make this movie if you're going to be this safe with it? You already had a movie come out in 2009, an animated Wonder Woman movie that took more risk, like I said, than this movie ever did with plot and dialogue. Okay? In the 2009 animated movie, you had Steve Trevor trying to get Diana drunk. Right? And when he was captured in 2009, there was an ongoing joke that every time he had that lasso on him, he told the truth. And so it was a running gag in the movie. He's like, why am I telling the truth? Oh, God damn it. So, like I said, I quite enjoyed that movie because it took more risks. It took more leaps than this movie ever did. This movie's way too safe. Plot, dialogue, it was made. I don't know why this movie was made. I just don't. The relationship with Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman was more clearly defined in the 2009 movie than it was here. And here we only got maybe a aloof, mysterious answer. Like, well, on the jet. Well, why aren't you coming out with me with any of my missions? Right? With the visible jet. He's like, well, I don't want to be a third crowd. You're with Superman. Well, I'm not with Superman now. Okay. And? That's great. Expand on that. But they never expand on it. They don't expand on it at all in the movie. Yes, you get some characters in the comic books here, like Steve Trevor's assistant, and you get like the Invisible Jet, and you get like I said, characters, good guys and bad guy characters from the comic books. But this movie is way too safe. It doesn't rock the boat at all. So why did this movie have to be made? Why did this movie have to be called Wonder Woman Bloodlines? I just don't understand. Anyway, that's my main low. Like I said, but all my smaller lows, like the dialogue, the dialogue, the plot, they all circle around to the main low, which is this is too safe. But Caveman, the action scenes and how Diana wanted to save this girl. But yes, okay. That's a good point. But when a movie like this comes out and it is safe, I'm not emotionally invested in the characters. So I don't care. And listen, all film is subjective. All film is subjective. And people keep asking me, Caveman, why you keep saying all film is subjective? Well, once in a while, we get comments down below in our comments sections like, you know, this movie was great or this show was great and I disagree with your opinions and you need to start watching this from a different point of view. And I keep saying all these films and movies and stuff like that are subjective because if I don't say it, we'll get comments like that. But I realize you can't win on YouTube. It's a thing. But like I said, you may like this, and that's great. That's awesome. This is just my opinion on the movie. The action scenes, I didn't mention it in my highs because I'm not emotionally invested in the characters when a movie is this safe. Alright, let's see if Wonder Woman Bloodlines makes the grade. And it absolutely does not. Listen, I'll keep asking this question. Why in the Blue Moon did you, DC, talking to you, why did you make this movie? Why did you call this Wonder Woman Bloodlines if you weren't going to do anything different with the character? Oh yes, I forgot one other low. The origin story. It's not changed in... The origin story hasn't changed forever. It hasn't changed in this. The only difference is, don't blink and you'll miss it. It was kind of, Steve Trevor falls down. I'll tell you the origin story. Here we go. This is how fast it was. Okay, the origin story Steve Trevor falls down from the sky. Diana finds him. He gets locked up. Diana says they need to figure out what they're going to do with you. The council. They never show the council. They never show all that good stuff. Because that would actually be interesting. And Diana says, "Well, I'm gonna go to Man's World, and I'm gonna fight for Man's World." So she steals her armor, and she sneaks Steve Trevor out. Her mom meets up with her. "Oh, I don't agree with this. Rabble. They point their swords to each other. They have a fight, and Diana's mother says, "You disappoint me." And Diana's like, "Okay, bye." And then that was the origin story. That's literally what happened. I may be missing a couple of things, but that's essentially what happened. But like I said, all the small lows go into the main low. This movie was way too safe. So back to my grade. What am I going to give this? Like I said, this movie does not make the grade. I'm giving this a F double minus plus. All the minuses and pluses I can think of. This movie just way too safe. This movie did not need to be called Wonder Woman Bloodlines. This movie did not need to be made. Haven't been impressed with any of the modern DC animated movies. I'm just so confused why this movie have to be made. Alright guys, I want to know what you think of Wonder Woman Bloodlines down below in the comments section. And like I said, you love this movie? Great. Everything is subjective. This is just my opinion, alright? You may disagree with me, and that's good. You may love this movie or hate it as much as me, and that's great. There's no wrong answer here. So guys, like I said, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments section, and I will see you all later. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen, right here on my save.